Good morning, Kermit. Want to take a moment here and review the lesson we had the other day. Want to take a chance. This is going to be I think the third time recording this again here. I do apologize. Each time I've tried to do it, if for some reason I guess it didn't go through, but now hopefully this will go through, and I hope that when it does go through, that you do give me a call or shoot me a text to let me know. I will confirm with you uh, via text that I did send it again just to make sure this time. But as we get started, one of the things I want to show you here, and as we get into this here, is what we talked about in your golf swing. You've got a lot of good fundamentals. I know we talked about you playing and going back and forth, and some of the lessons you've taken, and some of the things that you've done. As we've worked into this, and I think you've got a great fundamental golf swing, and you do some good things, and necessarily you do some bad things. Now, when we look here on the right-hand side, where you see you swinging back and forth here, one of the first things we talked about is, or what I'd like to see you probably get into, is more of that shoulder swing. I'd like to see you get a little more extension on your takeaway, trying to promote a little more of the shoulders turning back, rather than you can almost see right in this case here. And I'm going to put a little circle around the head here, and just kind of show you how the head moves off the center and moves to the right as soon as you go to take it. You can kind of see it this position, or I think it's more of this position there. But you can see as you go to do it, the hands come off, and your center, in a sense, kind of comes off that position. See how you move this way as you come back, and in a nutshell, what we see here is not a full shoulder turn that possibly we could have as we go back. Now, one of the first things that kind of lead me into saying this, and what I'm talking about here, is that in this case, instead of being a shoulder turn like we'd like to see a one-piece takeaway, you tend to be more of your hands and arms taking the club back. I think it's very apparent here, because as you go to take the club back, we start to see the club bow backwards, or the arm bow backwards, as you get to about waist high. And what I mean by bowing backwards is this position right here. You can see it's almost a very position in here where it's up, right hand's almost taking the club up, trying to get you back to your position. You do well dropping the club back to the inside and coming through, but you can see all this forcing the position right here and here of the hands here, trying to feel that position around and through the shot. So what I initially tried to do is I gave you a couple things to work on, a couple things to look at as you did this. Now, as we come into play, the first thing I did, laid down 2 golf clubs. Tried to get you in position here, just create a path. And what I essentially wanted you to do is you go to take the club back. I want that left shoulder and in light pressure with that left hand pushing this golf ball back before you hit this ball. So as you push this ball back, see how the head stays centered here, and we turn around that point. We're here, we turn back, and just to compare the two in this case, the positioning of the hands, even here, bring the hands down, look at the difference just alone in the amount of shoulder turn you have here. You see the shoulders are right here compared to right here already. Big difference. You can look at the hips. Right in here, you can see the weight starting to transfer back to that right-hand side, and we can tell that hip kind of straightening up, that leg, that arm getting in a better point. So as you come up there, that's as far back as I wanted you to go. Now from that position, then we let the right elbow fall. We let the hands fall back down through the path, and we come back to that left side. Now you can see here as I go forward with this, all I want you to do is just kind of feel in that position where you're pushing that shoulder back, and look at the difference just in that position alone, where you are here compared to, you almost see how that club, those hands are just pulling the club back right into position, right there. Nice straight arms in next to the body as the shoulders turn back. Great positioning here. You know, you can almost reach back and shake my hand like we see here. Over here, it looks like you're standing up, and the body, you're just kind of, with the hands, just pulling the hands back, and the body feels kind of, um, in, in a different position. But I love the position you are on that left-hand side. And essentially just hands come up. All we see is then we just let the hands fall back down in a position which you already do very well. All right, so maybe a set of 20 reps, nice and slow back and forth, even building up to 2 sets of 20 reps. Just kind of feeling that position time after time and feeling that where it's more the shoulders and possibly that left arm pushing that ball back to at least, and that's if you watch there. It's one piece where the hands don't come up or go behind till that ball gets to that yellow ball that I see right outside that right foot here. Then we see that initiation of the shoulders turning here. Night and day difference, Kermit. I think that's a beautiful position we want to see, getting back into there. Now, as we go forward and as we go to the next drill I wanted you to do, it's all about trying to get that position, getting that shoulders to activate and feel that transition back to that left side. So what we talked about next was getting back into more of the ball drill, a different type of ball drill. And all I had you do and what I want you to think about is keeping that same position here, keeping the balls down in our position like we see. Just want you to get in your stance. Take a basketball, a rubber ball, any type of position. I want you to feel that as you take it back, it either goes along this line or visually, as you look down, you're looking along this line and taking the ball back. Same position as we turn back to waist high. And just feel the arms come up to about shoulder high to head high. And then all I want you to do is let hands fall back down. And we turn through feeling that weight transfer off that right-hand side going to that left. It's almost sometimes you can feel in one position, maybe throwing me the ball, even if that feels better, but getting that position where you're turning from the right-hand side to the left. And ideally, it's more in the shoulders than just the arms and the hands. But, I like to see maybe 20 reps of that, just kind of feeling that, and you just feel the shoulders down and through. Feeling that position where we're going back and forth, ideally trying to make that turn to where it's a little more consistent. Now, what we did here next is left hand only drill. And initially, kind of, it's almost in the same sense of feeling that like you're pushing back with that left hand / left shoulder, and just feeling that position up to the top, about chest high there we see, and we can already see just a bigger shoulder turn compared to what we see here on the right-hand side. We can still see your right shoulder in this case. Here, the shoulder blades have turned back to the target. Great turn back, and then all I want you to do is let the hands fall back down and swing through like you naturally would. That's all I want to see is we want to see ourselves turn back with shoulders, left hand only, feeling that position, then turn back down and through. Now, 15, 20 reps, I'd say with that as well, trying to feel back and forth. If you feel confident, take a wiffle ball, hit a wiffle ball with it. Anything to try to get you that motion where you are swinging at an object. Right hand only, no different. Feeling that left hand kind of as support, just helping you support the club, not gripping it in the form of a fist, but still feeling that position here where we've made that full shoulder turn back to the right-hand side, feeling it turn in the hips, down, through our position. Now, as we see this position, when I talk about this is more of impact, what we want to see here compared to, see the changing how that head dips down in order to get down into impact. Right there. I like to see that left hand leading, hands ahead of the ball, coming through, feeling a natural rotation up to the top. Nice job there, Kermit. Now, as you do this, these one-handed drills, you can do them 5, 10 reps, trying to get maybe 15 reps. But trying to just get in that motion where you're feeling the shoulders turn back and that one hand or that one arm is operating that position, and you can kind of feel that position time and time out. Now, as a review, we talked about getting the shoulders, getting those hands, separating that position where not so much the right hand comes into play and pulling the club back, whereas we're back into the shoulders, the arms are just following along down through position. Now, if you have any questions, by all means, Kermit, I want you to give me a call, 314-724-6539, or shoot me an email at michaelwyattgolf@gmail.com. Thank you, sir.